The all-new, first ever BMW 435i Coupe. Now, for all intents and purposes, this is basically a 3 Series Coupe. We could sit here and debate the name, whether there should be a 4 Series or not, but that's not what this video is about. This is a strict review of the car. And just look at it. In beautiful Estoril blue, with M Sport package and LED headlights, it's a remarkably good-looking car. I mean, it's so aggressive, it's mean, it's sexy. And no matter what you think of every grille, gill, and vent on the car, everything is functional, which in a day like ours, that's actually quite amazing. But is it a worthy successor to the 3 Series Coupe? Is it worth spending your hard-earned dollars on it? Well, with the packaging, you get quite a bit. And for you gun nuts out there, we even have a place to carry your pistol. Now, I do believe that this interior could use some sweetening. There's just a lot of hard plastics. Well, pretty much everything's a hard plastic, actually. And that's aggravating. But the steering wheel is perfect. The seats are trimmed wonderfully. They're bolstered perfectly, too. And when you look at them, they look a little thin on the bolstering side, but you know what? They work really well, and I couldn't really ask for much more. I really, really do enjoy the seats. Going back to the steering wheel, the paddles are very nicely located. I like the feel of them. But the overall fit and finish of the car, from a driver's standpoint, it could be better. However, when you're just paying attention to what's here on the wheel and how you're sitting in the seat, it's literally perfect. Seating position is nice and low, very good for a real sports car. This transmission is amazing. This 8-speed ZF gearbox is absolutely flawless because you come to a stoplight. I mean, it bangs off shifts like you're in a dual clutch sports car. When you're in sport mode or sport plus, the transmission, the chassis and everything liven up, just really just beautiful. The steering it's heavier, which is good, but there's not a lot of real feel or anything, and there's no real road presence, coming back to you in the wheel. The absolute speed of this car is effortless. I mean, with 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque, we all know that it's a bit more in this car. In the single turbo N55 motors, it gets up to speed extremely quickly. I mean, it is rapid fast with the transmission and the engine itself coupled together. I don't know if there's a better pairing outside of, say an actual M car or something from Porsche or Ferrari. I mean, it feels so effortless, but at the same time, extremely comfortable and well-rounded. The car as a whole, even in sport mode or sport plus, is easy to drive. It's comfortable on a daily basis. The gas mileage is great. 22 city, 32 on the highway. It's hard to argue against this car realistically because it is such a well-rounded vehicle. You can fit 2 people in the back that are about 6 feet or less, and then you could fit most people's stuff in the trunk. It's a very comfortable car. Living with it day to day for the last week, I've really enjoyed it. It's hard to fault this car, especially by its looks alone. Now, I would prefer this with a manual, simply because I think that would make it a better car. Now, I would like to hear a little bit more coming from the exhaust, coming from the engine and the exhaust into the cabin. I think that would be a little bit more interesting. I think there's a decent amount of sound deadening in this car, but I would really like to have that deeper sensation of what I'm doing with the car at all times. Again, in sport mode, it's good because you hear more of it, but even in those modes, I'd like to hear more. I'd still like it to be a little bit louder for me. It's hard not to fall in love with the new 435. It's hard not to look at it and go, wow. It's hard not to drive it and go, hell yeah. because it does feel like a BMW of old in some ways. And it drives a really good case for itself home, and it puts itself up there with other good 3 Series BMWs of past. If they could just get that name right. But it feels good. From behind the wheel, you know where you're going. You know where the front wheels are being put. You can understand what the car is doing because it is still, even though there's less feedback from the motor, from the exhaust, from the tires, you still have a hard time putting this car in a wrong place. It's still easy to drive. At the end of the day, it is one of the better current BMWs that they sell. In fact, if anything, I'd say this is the best non-M BMW out there. Now, while I love the way this car drives, inevitably we have to talk about price. And with German cars, we pretty much know that's going to be expensive. But I feel as though this car takes it to a new level, in a sense. Now, the new 435 starts out at $46,000. This car has Estoril Blue, so it's $550. Okay. You also get the M Sport package, which this car has at $3,100, and it has the 19-inch M Sport wheels with for an extra $900. Now, even though you have the M Sport package, if you want the M Sport brakes, which is the blue calipers with the M badge on them, that's an extra $650. And if you'd like M Sport suspension with the variable steering, which this car has, that's an extra $1,000 for the dynamic handling package. I don't understand all that. I mean, I don't know if this car would be as much fun or as good to drive without the dynamic handling package, so that is a must. But why not just put it all into like a $4,000 or $5,000 package? I don't understand all that. The wheels, having them separate because they come standard at 18s, fine. Charge me extra for 19s, that's fine. But with M Sport suspension and handling and brakes, I've got the M Sport package. I want it all in one package. That's it. So this car also has the lighting package, which is the full LED headlights with automatic high beams. It's $1,900. And then we also have premium package for $2,200, which gives you the comfort access, which is the remote keyless start and remote entry and everything. Also satellite radio for a year, and then lumbar support, and also leather seats. So all that, including destination, this car is, drum roll please, $57,225. So nearly 60 grand, and this car does not have navigation, premium sound, does not have a backup camera, and my absolute favorite that it does not have is Bluetooth media. Now I have Bluetooth. I can talk to people on the phone in the car, but I can't play my music in the car. That, folks, is an extra option. Standard on a Nissan Versa, but it's an option in your BMW. So if you want to have that, you have to have the technology package, which is $3,150, which gives you the enhanced USB and Bluetooth plus smartphone integration, head-up display, remote services, instrument cluster with extended contents. It just shows you some various extra things on there. Navigation system with touchpad, BMW Online and BMW apps, and advanced real-time traffic information. Okay, so now that also automatically ticks the box for the Harman Kardon sound system, which is by itself $875. If you want a rear view camera, you can get that for the driver assistance package at $950, which also gives you park distance control, the PDC, the little beeping stuff. You can also get driver assistance plus for $1,900, which gives you side and top view cameras and active drive assistant. The side and top view cameras are actually really cool. And then if you want to go the full gamut, say what the hell, might as well spend $700 and get yourself some retractable headlight washers, heated steering wheel, and heated seats. So all that will bring you to a price, and I'm not kidding when I say this, $64,200. $64,000 fully loaded for this car, and that's without wheel locks and carbon fiber mirror caps. And you can get an active cruise control for $1,200. I don't. $64,200 for this car, fully optioned out. And this car without navigation and Bluetooth audio is $57,225. Now, driving this car, it is so much fun to drive. It's impressive on the street. On the track, I don't know, but on the street, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been one of the better 3 Series BMW cars. I know it's the 4 Series, but it's still based off the 3 Series. It's been one of the better 3 Series cars I've driven in years. So it's great as an everyday car, and driving it makes you go, I don't care what it costs. It doesn't matter because it's so much fun. Give me this car with a manual transmission, I'd be so happy. I wouldn't care about anything else. But when you sit back and relax and really think about it, and you look at your bank account and go, I spent nearly $60,000. Now you're going to spend about $60,000 just, after tax, tag, and dock fees. And sadly, I just think this car is $7,000 too much money. It's just, which is a shame. I hate that because I love this car. I really do like it. But as a car, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this car an 8. As a bargain, price-wise, I give this car a 5. I just think this car needs to be $50,000 or $52,000, with the M Sport package to, in my mind, justify the expense of it. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate all the views that we get. We especially appreciate all the comments, and good and bad. We like the comments that are bad the most because they make us laugh more. But please subscribe. Please go over to RawAutos.com for the text and photo review of this car, of all of our press cars. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thank you very much.